Squatters, time's up. Pack your bags, get to stepping. You will no longer be able to play in that gray area of the law that says that you occupying a house that you didn't have a lease to is a civil matter. It is now criminal. House Bill 1017 is passed here in Georgia. I am Antoine Anderson. This is the Ujamaa Network. This legislation is going across the country. Florida was another state. Let's talk about it.
It's like I gave away $200,000. This is how I feel.
Squatters are moving into properties like Michael Holmes' DeKalb County house and taking advantage of legal protections for renters to stay rent-free for months.
It's been a nightmare.
So how does all this work?
Basically, y'all get your keys or whatever the case may be.
In a Channel 2 Action News undercover investigation Monday, we showed you an Instagram account, One Time Payment Homes, that for a $1,400 one-time payment gives you the keys and the lease to a squatter home, spelling out on the site just how squatting works.
The company owners will come out, so will the police. The police will tell you it's a civil matter. It's nothing they can do about it. Squatters' rights.
See, that's that nerve. It's a wonder we don't have more violent reactions when it comes to homeowners being confronted by somebody, bold as brass, staying up in your door like, oh, well, I got a lease. Lease? I ain't renting nothing. It's a home I own. And the participants in these scams, the willing participants in these scams, knowing full well you just don't walk up in a house rent-free for $1,400, will argue with you as long as you entertain that nonsense and then get away with it when you call the police because it's a quote-unquote civil matter. Not anymore. House Bill 1017 put away with all that nonsense. That short game that people tend to run when they know they're in the wrong and want to sit there and engage you in that short game nonsense and nothing happened to them. Some of them will challenge you just to get that reaction out of you, but you don't have to do it no more. I am so glad that this bill was taken up and passed unanimously. There were no nay votes. There were a few absent votes here in Georgia, but it passed unanimously, meaning that both houses and Senate, with all the Republicans and Democrats voting in the affirmative, you're not going to be able to do this anymore. And that is a good thing. I just wish more legislation could have that kind of unanimous support.
House Bill 1017 says to squatters, no more freeloading, no more free rides.
And it is about time, because this is the kind of thing that affects our community more so than any other community. And why do I say that? Because the perpetrators of these things are usually people who are low income or no income, have been evicted from their homes. They are looking to stay off the radar without paying that off the grid money by buying their own establishment or getting their own home. That's a problem because it attracts a certain clientele. If you go coming in on some dirt, you're probably doing dirt to get even what you have right now. And that's what we got to look out for. There's always other costs to this kind of thing. And what they do to these properties, if you just want to take a look at some of the holes in this wall here, this is after they're found out. What do you get out of that? What do you get out of that? Hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage because you mad? You big mad. Well, this House bill also makes it a criminal offense for you to damage that home.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Hey, sir, it's Justin Gray with Channel 2. Are you selling a squatter home right here? You got the keys?
One Time Payment Homes took off running when we showed up as they were planning to hand over the keys for an illegal rental. The lawmakers behind the Georgia Squatter Reform Act say they are hoping this new law would provide stiffer protections squatters cannot run from.
The facilitators of the scam are just half of the problem. Take a look at this Instagram page. This dude had 21,000 followers in the city of Atlanta. 21,000 scammy people trying to grime it out for real. This is what I am talking about. You have a culture here based on all those evictions that we had. There were 70,000 evictions and foreclosures in a period of 6 months last year. People can't afford the houses or the apartments that they're living in because those exemptions from the COVID years are over. You got so far behind, you tricked off all the money, you didn't pay the landlord, and now your time's up. You gotta pay up. You cannot live for free. It's just not going down like that. And anybody who told you otherwise, that's just your foolishness and stupidity, believing that you can just roll up in a home, drop some dude in a do-rag, $1,400 and bail because you got some keys. Man, you deserve to get ripped off on that kind of nonsense. I'm gonna leave the link that you see right here in the comment section. Make sure you're liking and subscribing and talking about this content. I am just so glad that we got one bipartisan bill passed in the state of Georgia. I'm just hoping that this could be a national effort, because this is a national problem and we need to address these things. And these are the issues that we should be focusing on, rather than these investigations that go nowhere into individuals. Let's get the business of the country together first, and then let's go ahead and get rid of the crooks. Stop playing. I'm Antoine Anderson. I'll talk to you later.